Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to another SBGMR video with your SBGMR hosts, Matt and Ross.
Yes, hello.
What are we bringing them today, Ross?
We are bringing them a battle report. I know Rivendell are involved.
They are.
And I also know that Moria are involved.
Very good.
They're the two armies. But I must confess, I have completely forgotten what scenario we're playing.
Well, allow me to come into your rescue here, Ross.
Thank you very much.
And we are playing Lords of Battle.
That's the one, Lords of Battle.
An old classic, isn't it?
It is.
Very simple. Count the wounds. Count the wounds.
Count the wounds. Bit of killing. That's what we like.
Yeah, slice and dice.
Slice and dice.
It's a 450 point list.
So it's a small affair.
Well,
a small skirmish.
For some,
yeah, indeed.
Others, it's still a very large
back-breaking affair.
Yeah, entire battle host.
We selected 3 scenarios, didn't we?
We did, Ross.
And then we each veto one, and then the one that's left is obviously the one we play. So what did we draw? We draw.
Heirlooms of
what did we
Ages
draw?
Past.
We drew. Yeah. We've done it. Heirlooms of Ages Past.
Which you hate.
I hate.
Because it's a lot of manoeuvring and
it is.
A lot of disappointment.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? A lot of disappointment. Yeah, actually, yeah. So I vetoed that one.
Yeah. Then what I vetoed was to the death.
Yeah, we drew 2 excellent scenarios to go on with, and you.
I elected Lords of Battle because it was I didn't take a banner, and you get points for banners into the death, and it's counting wounds. So I thought if Ross is taking Moria, the chances are he has significantly more models than I.
Yeah. I do. I have exactly double your count, do I not?
Double and 1.
Double and 1. Bloody hell.
So that's it. We will take great delight in presenting you with the forces we've brought to the battlefield.
Indeed, we will.
And showing you the battlefield itself.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the evil army for today. So we've got Moria. We're going to be coming over here, onto the right-hand side here. So we have a Moria Goblin captain. He doesn't have a shield on there, but I have paid the 5 points required to give him a shield, so he will have a shield. And he is leading a warband of 12 Gobbos, 6 of which have a pointy spear. Moving over here, we have Groblog gribbling around on his little rock up there. So Matt went off taking the weight test, which is wonderful. And he is also leading a warband of 12 Gobbos. 4 have equipped themselves with the mean old bows. And we have 4 in there with hand weapon and 4 with the pointy spears. Now moving over to here, we have a monster heavy warband. Now, apologies for the unfinished base here of the Cave Drake, but we have the Cave Drake, and she is leading a Dweller in the Dick. No, I'm just kidding. Dweller in the Dark, and 3 Moria Bowmen. And that is the evil army for today.
And this is a good army for today, a force of Rivendell, my favourite. Today we have a force led by the children of Elrond, the twins, Eladin, who is the blonde-haired chap with a wonderfully written Glorfindel on the base. He's not Glorfindel today, he is Eladin, and his twin brother Alrohir with the brown hair. They are leading a force of 4 Rivendell knights with shield and 3 Elven warriors with shield and spear. I should also point out that both the twins are equipped with bows as well as heavy armor, taking them up to 200 points for the 2. There's 6 might points in there that Ross is afraid of, and I'm looking forward to using. And the second warband is the sister, Arwen Evenstar, or Undomiel, on Asphaloth, leading 5 Elven warriors, 4 with spear and shield, and 1 with an Elven bow. And that is the good army for today. Okay, this is the board as it looks upon setup. Ross won the roll-off for the board edge and deployed a warband first, which you did the centre there with your captain, didn't you?
Indeed, the captain was down there, placed first in the centre. I've just gone for a really long infantry line, and I was just curious to see where Matthew was going to place his heavy-hitting warband with the heroes and stuff, so I've kind of tried to offset that with my big monsters here.
Yeah, and I deployed Arwen first. Got a sniper on the rock here, though he's actually facing down by 4 goblin archers on this flank, which only became obvious to me after I placed him, as in Ross put his second, not that I was blind. And then the twins over here on the right hand flank and opposite flank. We're all equipped with bow over there, the 4 Rivendell Knights and the twins, so we're going to see what kind of bowmanship they have available to the extra range, 24 inches of range compared to the Goblins 18.
Indeed.
See what we can pick off, what damage we can do in the early stage of this game before the ultimate charge. So it leads into priority, doesn't it, Ross?
It does. We will go into priority. It's probably worth noting at this point. I have also ensured that all my models were 10 inches outside of the central line of deployment, so I can get charged turn 1. Matthew, yes, priority, please.
I suppose you should also probably just mention the lack of egg for the cave drake, as its only benefit is it makes the monster itself fearless.
Yes.
And none of my models are terrifying. So
Indeed.
Ross just thought, wow,
There's not much point. And it's also convenient because I don't know where it is. So.
Yeah, there's that too, a practicality.
Indeed.
I'll roll for priority.
Please do.
A 5.
5 is a strong start. It's another 6. I didn't really want it. So turn 1 priority will go to the evil army.
Welcome back. That's the end of the first turn. You saw Ross 1 priority. Ross, what did you do?
I just did a sort of a slow creep forward of the main line, only because I'm worried that Matt can just sit back and shoot because he has both the excellent heroes to soften me up a little bit, and he has the mobility. So I need to start closing the gap slightly sooner if I don't want to get shot to bits. Archers, they stayed still, and these ones shuffled forward. So unfortunately, these ones are only hitting on 6s. So we scored 1 hit, but unfortunately, we shot it into the rock. And I think that was about it for my round. Matthew, what did you do?
I dropped my guy, the sniper, off the rock, sit behind it, get some cover. Worked in the end because you shot the rock. These guys shuffled back to get some cover. These 3 moved across central. They're going to try and join it with the infantry contingent. Arwen has gone the other way, staying outside of 18 inches. And then over here, we had a slight fallback from the red-cloaked knights to get out of range of the bowmen. And we unleashed upon Ross's bowmen and Drake, but to no wounds. No, all hits, no wounds.
Indeed. But you did have a success down here?
I did kill 1 bowman down there with my retreating bowman. He took a quick shot as he did a backflip
As he jumped off the rock, yeah.
So it's a score of 1-0 to me in terms of wound count, which I am totting up. I just remembered to do so, Ross.
Indeed.
And that takes us on to priority, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So let me see. Ooh,
A 6.
A 6. Well, I had it last time. I can't possibly win it this time. So priority goes to the elves.
Welcome back to the end of turn 2.
Indeed.
My priority. I shuffled my horses back, cowardly, to stay out of range of Ross's
Very
goblins.
cowardly.
And I managed to kill a single goblin here. Ross has quite clearly demonstrated his intent to go for my smaller, weaker infantry contingent.
Or has he?
He's going to do the quick last minute.
The
pivot,
classic pivots.
called a 90-degree turn. And you've advanced, haven't you, Ross?
I have. I spent in advance. I saw an opportunity here where Matthew pulled his main shooting line back. So yeah, I decided to move all my troops as far out as I could, and it was reasonably fruitful. You weren't able to target the old cave drake at this stage from that range, and you only got 1 archer over here. Notably, Arwen decided that she was no longer going to go and join her brothers, but she was in fact going to come back and support the main infantry line.
Yeah, she's got something going on with one of the guys. We'll see. Perhaps Ross is walking into my trap.
Perhaps. I'm very well aware of probably what's going to occur. Matt is going to be looking at getting off a Wrath of Brunian to try and knock down as many of my men as possible, I fear.
Perhaps. Anyway.
And sweeping from the side with the brothers.
A 5.
A 5 got. 4. Priority remains with the elves.
Welcome back to the next turn. Rivendell had priority. I started to move my infantry back towards my knights in a hope that I would draw Ross forward into what would end up becoming perhaps a pincer, or I'd have my army to bear together. But Ross called me out at my own game and has called a sort of a withdrawal to the corner of the board. Now, he runs the risk because I've got 3 wounds to Ross's 0, and there is a timer on this game, so there is a point where Ross might have to play aggressively because I'm just slowly picking off, getting myself victory points. 3-0 at the moment.
Yes, viewers. I'm sure it's a very riveting watch to watch Matthew move Arwen from one point of the board back to the other. Infantry running around and the glorious elves who are famed for combat gribbling in the corner over there, just shooting the pesky goblins. Well, I thought I would play Matthew at his own game and try and move as far away from possible to try and deny him those kills, force him to come further towards me into the middle of the board where perhaps a couple of heroic marches will be able to favourably swing the the combat in my favour.
This is true. You do have the march in your kitty, don't you?
I do. There with the gobbo, with the goblin captain.
Casualty here. The only
Indeed.
goblin that was still in range of my knights was felled,
He was indeed.
which is your third casualty.
And all my archers moved full, so there was no shots on my part.
Absolutely. Which leads us into priority for turn 4.
Indeed.
It's a 3 from me.
It's a 3. And I achieved a 6. So priority goes to me.
Welcome back to the end of that turn and moving and shooting. Ross, has you retreated further? You retreated, but left your bowmen stationary.
I did. Bowman remained stationary in order to try and hopefully score some wounds over here. We got some good hits this time, but unfortunately we were unable to wound. We picked our targets here at the front rank of infantry. But yeah, we fell further back into this rock here, and then anchored the flanks with the old Drake and the Dweller and the Griveler over this side. Matt, what did you do?
I turned and faced with my infantry, start to line up with Arwen behind. My archer remained still to take a shot. He missed. And then my cavalry contingent split into 2 units of 3, both led by a twin. We advanced forward, staying outside of Ross's bow range and firing ourselves. We managed to successfully snipe one of the goblins on the rock formation there by the Dweller and Dark, sorry. Which means Ross has now lost 4 men to my 0.
Yep, you're averaging a kill a turn in the shoot phase.
Yeah, so all is sort of going to plan for me, though I am afraid of when the battle lines are drawn, just to the sheer amount of numbers and monster that Ross has to bear. Which leads us to
Priority.
So 4 from me.
4. Bloody 6. It's always the games that I don't want it in is when I get it. So the pendulum priority swings to the Moria Goblin. Okay, and welcome back to what is a very cagey affair here.
It's very cagey.
Obviously, you saw me. I won priority, and I elected to actually stay still, remain where I was. I don't actually want priority at this time. I'd rather see what Matt's doing. I'm very well aware of the threat that his cavalry pose, as well as the potential Wrath of Brunion with an Arwen as well. I did go in my shooting phase. I did try to use these two to shoot at Arwen. 1 hit, but unfortunately didn't make it through the in-the-way test for the model in front of her, and that didn't kill the model either. So once again, toothless shooting from Moria.
Yes. On my part, I didn't really move anything around here. I moved these 3 closer to the rest of my army. These 3 stayed still, and we managed to successfully kill another goblin. So again, it's just 1 goblin at a turn at the moment, picking away.
That's it. I'm down 5 goblins now.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to get more of a, what do you call it, what's the word?
Don't know, mate.
Conclusive shooting phase, where I'm actually killing 2 or 3,
2 or 3
to really change things. At the moment, it's not a noticeable difference. I'd love to remove all of your missiles, so I have complete range, a monopoly on the board.
I mean, you're concerned as well that you potentially lose some horses as well, which is probably
Yeah.
But I've hit nothing and killed nothing so far, so you're probably safe to advance at this stage, mate. You know what I mean? So,
well, priority then, Ross.
indeed.
A 5.
5.
Another 6.
It's a 5. I had it last time. Therefore, the pendulum of priority will swing firmly in favour of the elves.
Welcome back to that unit shooting. For me, this has been the most exciting turn. I had priority. I decided to advance with my 2 cavalry units to close in on the now vanished bowman contingent that Ross had on this flank, because they had been completely peppered and destroyed. And then with my remaining shots, I managed to kill another goblin here, reducing Ross to 1 bowman now, which is what my objective almost complete. The big play from Ross, though, was an uncharacteristically aggressive manoeuvre with the Dweller and the Dick.
Indeed, the Dweller and the Dick absolutely fancied it now. But if I pretty much get priority next turn, and these guys could fall back out of range and within cavalry protection, and then will another reckless charge and advance be forthcoming? Who knows? Let's find out.
Because you did a general advance.
I did a general advance, not a full 5. I think some of it because I've bloody gone and destroyed my front line here. We've got that group of 4 at the front there. But yeah, so general advance, trying to be a bit more aggressive, probably been a bit too defensive, if anything, during this game so far. So we will go and see who gets priority for this turn. Should be interesting.
It's a 2 for me.
It's a 2. And it's a 4 from me. So priority goes to Moria.
Okay, welcome back. So Ross had priority. He has done a general advance, and the Dweller in the Dark has charged my infantry contingent.
He has very recklessly charged and has found himself coming a cropper there.
Yes, because Arwen has unleashed the reason she's in the list for Wrath of Bruni on a 4+, and the resistance to magic only came up a 3.
Indeed, it
for
did.
Ross. So it
was not resisted.
It was not, and what made it worse? He actually suffered a wound.
He did on the strength 2. A 6 was rolled because he's only a defense 5, and yes, I'm down to bloody 2 wounds. And Matthew did a fantastic job of surrounding him, so there is a possibility that he could fall this turn.
He could, so this is exciting. He obviously has the fight advantage, but if he wins the fight, he cannot strike blows. If he does, of course, win the fight, next turn the Cave Drake there is clambering over the rocks.
Here he
We can
comes.
find ourselves and my entire infantry line fighting the 2 monsters, and that could be disastrous.
But Arwen is not far away with a Wrath of Bruni to save the day, so...
let's hope she can do so, if needs be. Otherwise, my knights, they stayed still. I used the shooting advantage I had to pick off the final bowman on the rock and a single shield infantryman from Ross's main battle line as well. So that leads us into our very
And you killed the archer as well?
Yes.
Did you mention that?
Yes.
Sorry, mate, I was in a different world there.
But
Middle Earth, you might say.
what a place to be, though.
Indeed. Where else would you rather be?
So we've got our first combat for you.
We have. How many attacks do I get, mate? I can't remember. Is it 3?
It's 3 attacks, yes.
Okay, but I charged. He doesn't get anything like that, does he?
No.
No, just a 3.
If you do, you won't be able to inflict a wound. But if you did inflict a wound, you would get a wound back.
Oh, God.
So you
But I
unfortunately.
can't.
So
Bloody hell.
I've got 6 here, mate. And
Okay.
seeing as I have the advantage of not suffering a potential, attack from you, I'm going to, with all 3 of my front guys, they're going to use their 2-handed Alvin Blades.
Do you know what, mate? That makes all the sense in the world.
And I'll represent that with a white die, so they will suffer -1 modifier.
Indeed.
The black dice are for the spear supports. We did, I suppose I should mention, he did attempt to get into the fray, but he failed his courage.
He did.
So, anyway, on to it. Let me set you a bar. White dice, -1.
Oh,
It's a 4 only, so you are...
It's a 4 only, so, well, you'd like to think, but, you know, the dice got to smile upon me at this time.
So you do
A 6,
clamber
so I
to
do
your feet.
clamber back to my feet.
And I will retreat.
Wipe off all the water that just smashed into him.
I'll retreat from you, mate.
That would be lovely if you could.
Without
I'm sorry, man.
breaking your model.
Focusing on your hand there. Excellent. Well, that
He's
is the
back on
end.
his feet.
That is the end of that. So we will go into priority for the next turn.
So I sense next turn things are about to get very messy.
Well-
indeed.
Yeah, for me probably.
Here we go. A 1.
Oh, as long as I don't roll a 1, priority will be mine. It's a 6. So priority goes to Moria.
Welcome back to the end of that movement shooting. Very exciting turn indeed. The Dweller in the Dark re-engaged my infantry. And Arwen was able to run forward, pop another Bruni off. I had to use a point of might to get this one off on a 4+, but again, the resistance of magic roll from Ross was a 3.
Indeed,
so the Dweller finds himself in the dust once more.
But he didn't take a wound this time, so
No.
bonuses there.
Indeed, and Ross also threw the Cave Drake scurrying over the top of the
Yes.
rock formation and into 2 of my warriors. Which means my infantry line is it's not looking great.
It's holding, but it also doesn't look great for me because one of the twins has come screaming in
Yes, he
from
has.
his position from afar.
A lot of measuring took place because I didn't want to give the Cave Drake the opportunity to heroic combat into one of my charging cavalry. So the only way I could avoid this was to charge in that area alone. Hence why the knights have remained to shoot. Unfortunately, no wounds were done, and these guys moved up further to shoot. And again, unfortunately, no hits were achieved. In fact, only 3 pluses. And you 4 when you move.
Indeed.
So we find my leader Eladin in combat with 2 plus a spear support goblin, and we are going to show you another combat phase, aren't we, Ross?
We are. And we only have heroes involved, I believe, don't we? Or the monsters. So
I think I will call a heroic combat with Eladin.
yeah, do you know what, mate? I would be in your situation. I don't think I'm going to bother with my cave drake. Well, am I trying to save? No. Do you know what? No, I'm not going to.
What did I make?
Because I'm a better fight value with the dweller, so I'm just going to hope that. So we'll have to go over here first, then, mate. So three dice. I only have 2.
You have a spear support as well, I believe.
I do. Oh, that's a 3. Yeah, sorry, that's correct.
It's only 5
It's
for
only
me.
a 5, so I can force you to use a point of might here. I don't. I only managed a 5.
Roger. So we'll 2 by 2 it. We'll go spear support first, needing a 4+.
Yes, please.
No.
Uh-oh.
God. Another one. Yep.
Yeah.
5, which leaves the last guy needing a 5+. No.
No,
so unless
doesn't
I
do
use
it.
2 points of might, this would be
Oh, that
a
was a-
huge shout. A huge shout.
That was a disaster, that, wasn't it?
2 points of might to try and kill another 2 guys. I'm going to go for it, mate.
You're doing it.
It is. I've been very cautious so far, and now I'm having a turn of utter.
Well, I was 5
madness.
off breaking. You killed 2, so I'm only 3 off of breaking now.
I need to mark those down.
So can you?
So I have decided where I'm going to go already. I'm going to come around the back end of these spears.
Oh, congratulations. That's
Yeah.
excellent. And then obviously you've got the support in charge next turn, I suppose, from those guys
That
if
would
you
be
need
the
it.
aim. That would be the aim. Is your priority, mate? So where would you like to take combat
Well,
next?
let's just carry on over here. So I've got 3 in this again because I've got the spear support.
Yeah,
But
so
can you get your
my
6 this
3.
time?
Only a 4 this
Only a
time.
4.
It's
Bloody
not
hell,
been on the
mate.
money.
This is not going well, is it?
And it's a 6
It's a
from Ross.
6. Oh.
I have to fall back, give the opportunity to kill a horse, or indeed inflict wounds upon my leader, which, if I am correct,
I gain
I
points
think
for
you've got
that, do I
points
not?
for that. Let's quickly consult the rules.
Please consult the rules. Yes. You can hear this frantic book fluttering.
1 victory point for causing 1 or more wounds on the enemy leader. 2 for killing him.
Okay, well, I'm not going to kill him. What would be the sensible decision here? Probably to... Let's put... Oh,
I'll do it one, but I think I'll put the first on the horse.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I
Maybe
think.
5.
Yeah. No. We'll go for the horse again. No. Bloody, come on.
And again?
And again.
No. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Oh, wow, that unscathed. That was very lucky.
That's about that. That sums it up. So let's move on to the cave drake now, I think.
Against my 2 chaps.
Against your 2 chaps, mate. I can't... Once again, I'm unfamiliar. It's been a while.
You're a fight 6. You have 4 attacks and your strength 7.
4 attacks, but I get monstrous charge. Is that correct?
You do get monstrous charge.
So is that... Sorry, was that including the 4?
No. So it's
Oh, sorry, in
5.
5. Bloody hell, mate.
It's a lot. I'll just have to fight you ordinarily here, mate.
Okay.
I'm not going to use those white dice again.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
are
that
black
was
dice.
awful, wasn't it, for you?
A 5.
5. Let's see if we can do anything here. A 6 is achieved.
So I'm down. You got flipping 10 attacks.
A
to
million.
strike through.
So let's start with the...
I've got a bow
with
or
the
a shield
bowman.
for you. Bowman, you are strength, so you only fought a 3+ here, mate.
3+. There he is.
Go on, which leaves you with 8 strikes against my shield, or you'd need a 4+.
There's only 5 here. I'm hoping. Yes.
Congratulations. That's the first 2 wounds. So
Should have called a heroic combat here, but
13
oh well.
to 2 now. so
13
far.
to 2. God, it's not going well at all, is it? But so there's...
You do have to basically... Your aim now to ensure victory probably is to cause wounds without receiving any in return.
Because that'd be easy, wouldn't it? So the dweller.
So it's again. I will go front 3 on the white.
Do you know what, mate? I would be doing that all day long.
2-handed. And,
All day long, mate.
Oh wait, are we tied fight value? Are we both? No, you're fight 7.
I'm
mate.
fight 7,
I was
yeah.
gonna go- I was going to fight as well. So I've got a 6 with
You've
the
got
back row.
6.
So
Oh,
6
bloody
to
hell, I need a 6.
achieve.
Which we do. Oh, there it
So
is.
You take it on fight value. I retreat, and you stand back up. And that is the end of the combat.
That is the end of the combat phase. Well, blood has been spilled now by both sides.
The immortal blood of the elves soaks the
Indeed.
glass.
A rather toothless charge there by the twin, which was most unexpected.
Yes, I was expecting far more. And it cost a lot to achieve the death of 2 goblins.
Yes, indeed. But hey ho, had to be done. Guts or glory.
That's right, mate. It's a 2.
It's a
from me.
2.
Oh, it's not good.
It's a 6 again. Priority goes to the goblins.
Welcome back to the in-that movement and shooting phase. Oh, it's I'm feeling the pinch.
It's begun.
Ross has got his monsters in again, but once again, Arwen has come forward, popped off a Wrath of Bruni on a 4+, and Ross's resistance magic failed to roll again.
Again, that's three times we said, wasn't it? 3 times about a 50-50 chance, and thrice.
Yeah, so
failed.
The dweller is once again in the dust, scrambling for his feet while fending off blows from glaives. The cave drake has taken on 2 spearmen. My 3rd spearman, rather than supporting his comrades, has fallen back to block any potential heroic combat.
It was very well
antics.
placed, mate. Very good.
Thank you, mate. The 2nd twin is charged in here as his only option. And this knight has attempted to rescue his commander by peeling off a spearman and his support. And other than that, we tried to use our Rivendell knights to pop shots off, to pick off people. We even had a shot at Groblog, but he was saved by his mithril crown. And that is as we are. Ross, do you have anything to add?
No, mate, I think you rounded that up very nicely. I guess we'll just go straight on into the combats.
You may as well, mate.
And as always, we'll bring them the captain fights, won't we?
We will.
Okay, welcome back. We've just realised that the only non-monster or hero fight was this Rivendell Knight here charged into the two spear supports. There's two spearmen of the goblin ranks, and the knight came out on top, didn't they, Matt?
Yeah, duly dispatched him.
So I have priority, don't I?
You do.
We might as well just start over here, mate, with your
my leader.
leader.
Okay, I've only got 2 dice.
You have, but you won 6, mate. We'll see you win it.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. It's not good. How much might has he got there?
None. He's
None.
got 0, mate.
Bloody hell. 6.
So again, we're at the quandary of doing a horse or rider.
I think I'm gonna put the first 2 on the horse.
Roger.
No, I'll do it one. I'll do it one by
one. One by one, needing a 5+.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
How many dice is this gonna take? Hey.
Oh, I'll take my phone rider.
Take your phone rider test.
So 1. Just checking.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if I am an expert rider.
Double check, mate.
That's wrong here.
I feel like he's not.
I feel like he's not. He's not.
He's not. So he takes a strength
3 hit.
3 hit.
It's 4.
It's a 4. He's okay.
I'll just collect on my model. You are now able...
I still have to one dice to take a strike at him with, don't I?
You do, and he's a defense of 6, mate.
And he's prone as well because he threw a 1.
No, he's up on his. Oh yeah, he is prone.
He rolled a 1, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, flipping heck. So he's double strikes this.
Double strike, course, bloody yes.
Needing a 6.
There it is.
Freaking
6.
Got some fate to roll here. Here we
Yes,
go.
please.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Pass it. He's okay. Save myself.
He's had an absolute nightmare charging in there, hasn't he?
He's not done well at all. He's had a terrible time.
Well, originally those 2 spearmen were on him as well, so it could have been a lot worse.
Could you have imagined?
Goblins pulling him down off his horse.
What would you like to do now?
Let's go over here. Let's see if his brother fares any better.
Here we go. Out here. 3
He
dice.
did charge.
The 6 is achieved.
Where is that 6?
Over
There
here.
he is. Cool, so I can't do anything.
So we'll go in 2 by 2. We'll start with the spear sporting in 4+.
Nothing. Here we go.
Does he
The
just
rubber
go in-
sword.
Does he just go in and use a point of might immediately to show a kill? He shan't. Spear support again. 6 achieved this time.
6 achieves. So
The
the spear
spear is-
support is down.
Down, and then the shield guy.
I think if you kill these 2 unbroken.
Needing a 5, which we'll certainly see. 5 achieved.
Cool, so that's them down.
So that's another 2 wounds.
There was no heroics called at this stage either, was there? So no.
No, it makes me wonder. Do you get points for wounding a horse?
Technically, it's a wound, isn't it? So yeah, I'll take a.
We'll put that. We'll have a separate section just to see.
See if it... Okay.
So that's that one. Where's your go? Cave dweller or
Yeah, let's do the
cave drake?
Let's do the Drake.
The drake, the big beast.
So I get 5 attacks, isn't it? Because I charged.
Yes, that's right, mate. I'm gonna actually shield here.
Okay,
with
mate.
with
Makes
my
a lot
2
of
chaps.
sense.
Only 4.
You're hoping for a 6, though, weren't you? To be
Oh,
dastardly.
absolutely was. Oh, 3 6.
Look at that. So
I'm falling back. You've knocked me to the ground.
yes. So I'll go for the first 2 strikes. We'll go for the
4+, you mean?
yeah. And then we'll go for the next one. And another 4+. Bloody hell.
So that's another 2 wounds for Rotatron there.
He's on fire. And then once again, we find the Dweller trying to defend himself from the floor.
Yeah.
Again, so what you got in there? You got 3 in there.
I've got 3 in there, yeah. So I will go. One of them is going to go 2-handed, which means black dice.
Yeah, Roger.
Oh, the 2-handed.
Oh, what did you do?
Goes down to a 5.
You're going to come to rue that mistake. Yes, you are. Well, I'd have got it anyway because
You
it's.
would have, yeah. I'll just pick up to do some retreats here.
Hopefully that's the last time. How much will has Alwyn got? 4.
She's got 1 left.
She's got 1 left.
So I
Okay.
can only do 1 more time.
Okay. Thank God for that. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Priority. A 3.
A 3. And another 6. Another priority for Moria.
Welcome back to the end of that movement shooting phase. It is freaking guts and glory now because
It is. It's getting very complicated in there.
I wonder whether I'm being overzealous. Ross had charged my second mounted.
Well, I
twin.
think it's important to note that I actually called we both called a heroic
did.
move, didn't we?
Thank you,
That was
mate.
very
Yes.
important.
I called one with him. Ross countered with Groblog, and
did.
Ross won roll off.
I did.
So he then charged that twin with 6 people. So you can see I've prioritised sort of stopping him from being 6'd up against because you only have 2.
You done a very good job of that, mate.
Over here you charged the twin on the floor, and again I had to come to his rescue with.
I forgot he was on the floor. Yes.
But you have charged my knight. Didn't
Yes.
you? So he's not charging. In fact, let me put a little marker there because I'll forget that.
If any knights I could charge, I did, just obviously to stop the extra attacks going in.
And over this way, the monsters have again thrown themselves. Unfortunately, the cave drake's a little bit spaced out, wasn't it? Crowded out.
Yeah, he was. I had to move Groblog sort of further this way, just so I could get the sort of charges and the base where I needed to go. And then obviously I ended up blocking them in. But we'll see. We might have something up our sleeve, something dastardly and gritty. But
Yes. This was the first turn without a single shot being fired.
it is, and it's the first time a Bruni didn't go off because you didn't cast it.
No, I've saved it. I've got 1 will left, and Arwen has. I was going to try and pop it off here, but I just couldn't with the movement range I had do it without the captain having his will to use. So I've elected to store it.
Indeed.
But we'll start the combat phase and we'll show you all the captain fights.
Okay, welcome back. I thought I'd crowded myself out. Well, I have crowded myself out here. I've used the Drake's point of might to call a direct combat, but with visions to come around here, swing into an Arwen, potentially kill her or hurl her at least into the twin.
Very exciting.
Very exciting, but obviously we've got to make sure that we win it first.
So I'll shield with my single Elven Warrior.
Indeed.
So only 3.
3. I've got 5 attacks with the Drake. So mighty 6. He does win.
You've got 10 rolls of the
10 rolls.
10
So
bites of the cherry here.
we'll go 5 first. Oh bloody hell! That
Love a
was
666 with the Drake.
love a 666 with the Drake.
Yeah, so that's
And I'll do some measurements and some movements, and I'll show you where he's moved on to. Okay, so after all the excitement and talk of trying to get into Arwen and potentially throw her, I decided not to do that because it would be a tied fight. I know she didn't want to attack at that instance because I was charged, but I've decided to come into here and take these 2 off the Dweller. So the one off the Dweller and the Spear support in there. So we will do the rest of the fights, and then we'll come back to you with the rest of the Captain and Monster fights. Okay, welcome back. We've resolved the regular fights, and I am now broken. There was a big news taken away from that. This knight managed to push me over the edge.
Killed 2, didn't he?
Killed 2, very good indeed. And then likewise over here, I managed to kill the charging Rivendell knight.
You did.
There, phenomenal.
That's absolutely right. In fact, it's worth noting I am 2 away from breaking myself.
Wow.
Forces are small.
Well, that's different
So
then,
this
potentially.
We could next turn we could have courage tests all round.
Oh, that's never a good thing for a...
Could be the last turn.
Indeed.
Do you want to begin, Ross?
Well, we'll start over here, mate. We'll start with your twin on the floor versus my 2 gobs.
Well, as he's on the floor, he's going to use his 2 blades to parry.
Oh, fantastic.
6.
There's a 6. I can't do anything about that. He will then stand up, and I will back away.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Your dice back.
Thanks, mate. Do you want it, are we? Or the other twin, or the captain? Where do you want to? Or over here, even.
Let's do Arwen, shall we?
So she's charged the 2. She's got
has.
2 dice on the charge. She gets a 4 high.
4 high.
Not that high, really.
It's not. It's a 6.
Not good for Arwen. She's got Astaroth defense 4, or herself, I believe, is only defense 3. So it's up to you.
Oh, how many wins she got?
She's got 2 wounds. She is defense 3. She's got 2 wounds and 1 fate.
Okay, I'm gonna go for Arwen then, just on the
4
off
pluses
chance.
needed.
Ooh, 1
achieved. So she'll roll her fate. Whoops. But she passes.
She's fine.
Where next?
Then we might as well do your twin there, which I have charged.
So only 2 strikes for me.
And I only have 2 strikes in there as well. Yep, sorry. I'm just trying to look at that through the camera.
6.
6. Well, congratulations.
5 plus needed. No.
Let's go back here. And then we'll do my captain, who will be the blue dice, and my support in there. He charged here, didn't he? So
He did. So 3. Not very high roll.
not very high. 5 is good enough.
The spearman does it.
Yeah. And we'll go for the him.
Death poke to the horse. 5 plus
5
on the spear, which isn't enough.
isn't enough. No,
The
it would be with the
captain, though,
captain.
is-
Oh, he's got a point of might, hasn't
Point of
he?
might. Could-
Yeah, go on then.
We're at that
10 up
stage
to
of the
a
game,
5.
aren't we, where it makes sense to start throwing your might into things.
Especially as I need 2 to break you as well, and breaking gives VPs in this game.
It does.
Although it might be too little too late.
Well, we shall see. It's been a crazy flurry towards the end.
It has. And then we'll go for the Cave Drake next.
So he's got a single man. No,
Two.
two
There's
men.
two, yeah. The one that
Okay.
pulled off the Dweller, and then the chap that was blocking him from entering.
I will
The shield in this instance. Yeah, I think that would be sensible.
6 achieved.
6 is there. Let's see if we can
Not
emulate
struggled
that.
before.
And he doesn't struggle again.
No, so here we go, mate.
Flipping goes. So we'll do it. We'll start off with this chap here.
Roger that. A
5.
He's dead.
And then the other guy. 5 to 6. Bloody hell, he can't stop killing, can he?
He's been phenomenal for you today, mate.
Yes. I mean, we know exactly where player of the model of the match is going.
Okay, I think it'll probably go for the Cave Drake.
The Cave Drake, yeah. It's just...
Which is one more.
Yes, it does.
The Dweller. I'm going to shield
Shield
against
on
him.
this one.
6.
6 was achieved. 6 was achieved with him.
You take on the fight.
I will rend here.
Oh!
Because I'll only need a 3.
5 against...
I think.
5 against 3 is a 3, yeah.
Only just. Good job I rended.
Good job you ended, mate.
And he killed a model, therefore he gains a wound back that he lost from the Wrath of Brunion.
So I'll just draw a... I hate drawing circles, but I should draw a circle for you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. So, we're both broken now.
We are.
1, 2, 3,
So I've lost
4, 5. Bloody hell, you've only got 5 models left on the board, mate.
Have I?
Yeah.
I've absolutely wiped out that side. All that caution, that shooting is what's won me this game. Because my charging, as we've seen, has been absolutely horrendous.
Yeah. Mind you, I'm probably about to lose quite a lot of men from courage, I would suspect.
That's true. So we'll go into
We
priority.
will go into priority.
Sorry.
It's a 3. There's enough bloody 6, mate, on the old Ardacon dice for priority.
Love
So
6.
priority remains with the Goblin Horde.
Welcome back to the end of that movement and shooting. No, there was no shooting.
There was none.
Courage tests were taken by all. One person fled from courage.
Yeah, just a Goblin, and that was actually a result. So normally, many, don't they?
More normally, yeah.
But I mean, we stopped filming, and then what did you say to me, Matt?
What did I say to you, Ross?
I'd like to call a heroic move.
Oh, I
please.
did. Yes, I did. Well, now we're here, and he was countered by Groblog. I did win. I charged the captain, for I was stuck inside his control zone. And now he's managed to swiftly surrounded. Not that it should matter too much. I think I'm too many wounds ahead at this point, and he isn't my leader to lose the game. But this is
You're well ahead. Yeah, there's no chance I can do anything.
this is our last 10.
Yeah,
As,
there was a minute left on the
yes.
timer as well. So
So when we restart that, the amount of time the combat will take to do will be done. But that's that. You can see the lay of the land there. Arwen popped off. Oh, she did pop off a Wrath of Bruni, didn't she?
oh, she did. Yeah.
She successfully killed a single spearman. In that, she was attempting to kill 4.
But luckily they were able to stand up in their movement phase. Hence why obviously they've charged in there.
That's right. Which leads us into the combats really makes. There's not much else to say.
No, there is not. So as always, we'll come back to you with the captain fights and the monster fights.
Which is all of them.
Is there? Oh, of course there is. Yes. Okay. Are you calling any heroics, mate?
I think I can strike with my twin, and if I can, I will do. So I'll just check.
Oh, over here against a Drake.
I can strike. It's his final might point. He is going to strike.
Okay. I don't have anything in that that can counter. I don't think my captain can do anything. In that, my captain got anything left, mate? Has he got a might left?
He has a might, as does Groblog.
I will call a heroic combat with the captain.
I love that.
Why not? It's the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
Guts for glory.
Yes. So we start there then.
Yeah, so show me your colour of your strike, mate, or
Use
you'll
my
go well above me, I would
Special
imagine.
green dice. I'm a fight 6 or at the moment.
So 1 will draw. I
think
literally can't
that is
see.
a 1. That is a 1. Yeah.
It is a 1, so it's a draw.
It's a 7. That's very disappointing.
It is, but you do have the Alvin Blade in there.
Actually, it's not. It's a win to me. You're only fight 6.
Fight 6, I keep
So
thinking I'm a 7. It's
I
not.
do have the
It's a
advantage.
dweller. You do.
But I've only got 2 dice, unfortunately. So I don't believe I can parry on horseback.
As you can hear, ladies and gentlemen,
Whilst fighting on foot. Yes.
yes, the fluttering of the book pages as we desperately seek the rules for our models.
So I'm very reliant upon rolling a single 6 here with
You
my 2
are.
dice. Here we go. Yes!
Oh, do you know what?
He's
This
done
game
it.
really does my night in sometimes.
He's absolutely gone and done it.
Look, I honestly believe that if you're surrounded, you should suffer some kind of fight penalty. Especially, I mean, he's been charged by a cave drake.
But look at this. He's been fighting this for thousands of years, mate.
Yeah, but look, it's a cave drake. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, what I'll do
Alas.
is I'll direct my strikes against these two shielded goblins here, needing a 5+ for both.
Yes, please.
One is gone.
I'll take the one down here. That makes a huge
I
difference.
think we'll make this drake retreat with its tail between its legs.
Yeah, it would have been a nice direct combat to come in, maybe try and finish some of these guys off. But
we've deprived the viewers
viewer
of
of
glorious.
glorious.
last turn.
We haven't. You have. So yeah, don't put this on me.
My competency was unfortunately.
Two greats.
And I charged here, didn't I?
You did.
But you
With
charged
both.
there.
Yes.
But I've charged. So Arwen will be the white dice.
Okay.
The knight will be the black dice. It's a 6 from me.
It's a 6. There's no point in me even rolling here.
Black dice
He will be
needs
vanquished.
a 4.
Seriously.
Then it's all. Arwen needs a 5 though. So white needs 5s. Black needs 4s. I get to reroll these. He is dead. You're absolutely right, Ross. You were correct in the premature removal.
And here we have the
Recharged.
twin. I charge yet, so you don't get the bonus for the knight.
No,
But
so I've got 3 white dice for the twins. Going to find 2 swords. It's a 6 from
6.
the knight.
Can't do anything. And I will
I need
prematurely
4s
remove him this time also.
and 5s. Yes, a 4 from the
4
leader,
from
he
there.
does it there.
And the 5 from the knight as well does it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that, as they say. So what we'll do is, as always, we will go away, probably make a cup of tea, do some tattling and totting and titillating and all manner of things, chin wagging, and we'll come back to you with the post-battle
Battle report. Hello.
Hello, and welcome to the post-battle battle report.
Yes, welcome indeed. You witnessed a 450-point game of Laws of Battle between Rivendell and Moria,
Indeed.
and we have totted and tittled and
We have, and totted up. And we know the result, as I'm sure you probably already do, but we can confirm that for you now.
yeah, I achieved 23 wounds, including routing from Ross's running away models for being broken.
Yes.
Whereas Ross achieved 13 due to fate points spent and that horse that was killed.
Yes.
We decided that it was a wound caused, therefore it is part of the tally.
Yes, I achieved the point for that, which is nice.
You did, which meant that I achieved 3 victory points for exceeding Ross's wound count, but not doubling it.
No.
Yes. And then there was 1 point each for breaking one another.
Indeed.
So it ended 4-1 to Rivendell.
Indeed. A resounding victory, you would say.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, at the beginning of the game, when I was 13-0 up with wounds scored, I felt like I was fully in control. But as soon as those battle lines were drawn, as soon as the monsters were able to swing their weight
Yeah,
around...
the cave drake was huge, wasn't it? And I think your lack of killing the dweller in the dark
I just couldn't kill him.
couldn't kill him.
No.
I think maybe you missed a trick there potentially earlier on with running Arwen away. It may have been in the early one when the Drake wasn't in range. It might have been prudent to have her charge in. At least she gets the 2 attacks because I think Cat's an infantry one, doesn't he? So
Yeah, no, she would have, yeah. And the heroes themselves, when they as we saw, Eladin was very poor.
oh
in the
yeah,
fight.
very bad.
Lost his horse. I mean, it was embarrassing. Even when he fell off his horse, he rolled a 1. It was just off.
You to use your
colour.
fate, and that gave me points because you count your fate points spent, don't you? So,
Exactly, yeah. So it's a risk using fate in this game because if you fail the fate, that's potentially a wound and a fate point going to your score.
Indeed.
So yeah, we're a bit disappointed with his return, but I very much enjoyed using the knights and the twins with bows.
Yes,
Sort of
the twins of the bows, because they don't normally give. Well, you wouldn't really normally give the heroes a bow, would you?
No.
But in this instance, it worked very well for you.
It did. It worked wonderfully. I liked being able to sort of shepherd Ross. Not that you were shepherded, but I was able to shoot with no reply because I had 24 inches on my bow to the 18.
To the 18.
It's quite a nice way to play.
And even if you move, you're hitting on the 4s, whereas if I move, I'm hitting on 6s.
Seriously,
it was very poor, very poor.
But so battle lines are drawn. It's changed the game massively. I had only 5 models at the end, I think.
Yes.
I only brought 15, but.
But again, I think that was mostly down to the cave drake and the dweller when he was eventually left alone from the wrath of Bruni.
Yeah.
The rest of my army didn't really do a significant amount other than manage to hold up the twin on the left flank there.
No. No, it was had the game gone on, it would have been interesting to see. I feel like the cave drake, if your army held its nerve, may have been able to
Yeah.
win it. I was hoping to see a gobble.
Well, it would have been It would have been interesting to see how it would have gone, because obviously I called the heroic move there in the last turn, didn't I?
Yes.
So had you not struck, or had you not got that 6 and I'd have won, I could potentially have moved on and maybe taken Arwen and a knight, and
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have won me the game.
No.
I think that was long gone. I was very nervous of the knights, because even though I had the monsters and stuff, you had the mobility, so you could still remain well outside of my charge range. Because obviously my monsters only move 8 inches, so
Yes.
you still could keep 2 inches outside of that and shoot all you like. So I was hoping to draw you out, which I did eventually, but
Yes.
it was at the cost of sort of all of my range contingents and a couple of warriors in there.
Yeah, it was a difficult army composition to go up against because of the variety and the numbers you could bring.
My concern was you were going to draw me into that like open ground in the centre and try and come around the flanks and the back. So I knew if I could try and draw you into the area where we eventually did have the battle, my flanks were sort of fairly well protected.
Yeah.
And if I concentrate my monster on one end, hopefully I could like roll your line up.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we were too little, too late.
Yes. Well, the line was rolled up, but the rest of the line had escaped. Rolling, so,
Yeah.
a very enjoyable game indeed.
Very enjoyable game.
Man of the match?
Man of the match, Drake, obviously.
Obviously.
Absolutely wrecked
Yeah.
that game. Have you got one?
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the archery at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Probably half of my wounds were caused by those. But I think Arwen, who successfully got off 4 Wraths of Bruni, caused a wound on the Dweller, caused a death in the Goblin ranks, and even threw her weight into combat at the end as well. I think she managed to get a kill, maybe 2 kills in combat too. So
we actually have a woman of the match this time.
We do. We have a woman of the match.
And that doesn't happen very often.
No, so very, very nice to see. She's an enjoyable model to play with. It's 12 inches of spell
is
casting.
phenomenal, isn't it, as well? Yeah.
It's great. So for her, she was my number 1.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
Yes.
I will also give it to her as well. So if you've got anything to add, mate, I'd like to extend my hand to you in congratulations and engage in a hearty handshake.
Thank you, mate. Commiserations to you.
Fear not.
Well played.
Thank you very much. You too.
Hi, handshake.